I'll be all these motherfuckers with my eyes closed. I got the vision of all my jeans, the life that I chose. Almost gave up on shit so many times that I come close. But I still with it, now I'm on my way to the top, no limit. Competition, I'll be all these motherfuckers with my eyes closed.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vagabond Show, the newest, youngest revolutionary frontier in multimedia broadcasting. I'm fucking hungover.
Yeah, man, I'm reevaluating my entire life. Why did we do Tequila Tuesdays?
Well, I'll tell you why. First of all, it's tequila on a Tuesday. Mm-hmm. What can go wrong with that? Second of all, karaoke.
Wednesday can go wrong with that. Quite simply.
Yeah.
There's a reason they do it Fridays.
Dude, karaoke is so much fucking fun.
It's fun to watch.
Did you sing?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you sing?
I sang Rebel Yell by Billy Idol.
Nice.
And Backstreet's Back by the Backstreet Boys.
That was a masterclass.
That
was
one,
a good one.
That one had the gay guys going. There was
Target audience.
No, there was this group of like probably 6 gay guys, and like I don't want to.
You already did.
Yeah. I don't want to like. Dude, what's it fucking called? Generalize?
Sure, yeah.
Fuck, but dude, they were doing that shit where you like bouncing down and doing this shit. You know what I'm talking about?
That's kind of my go-to.
Seems a little too natural.
You know that video of like Ben Simmons shaking ass at the parade?
Oh, what?
There's this guy that looks like Ben Simmons, and he's just twerking at a gay pride parade.
Ben Simmons could easily be gay.
Well, dude, yeah, that's why he's holding out.
That's why.
I don't know what the joke is.
I don't know either, but.
Embiid's a homophobe.
What? Yeah.
So wait, what else?
No
did
wonder he
people
shoots with
say?
his wrong hand.
Dude, this one girl sang "Creep" by Radiohead, and it was like she was like
pouring her, like I felt like she needed to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't be witnessing this right now.
Dude, she was like doing like I'm a creep, like doing that shit, bro.
Jesus,
I
she was
know.
way too.
That was a main
so
character
into
moment.
Oh,
She thought that was her time, eh?
Yeah,
One
our
of our-
buddy.
one of our buddies did "Burn It to the Ground" by Nickelback. That really got the white people fired up.
White people love yelling "Hey" in unison.
Oh my! I saw like a couple 50-year-old white men at a table, and it was the time of their life.
Yeah, they got the fucking people going.
What's sort of like the protocol when you're going up to sing karaoke? Like, you know, you're not really a natural like live performer vocally. Dude, like that.
You just get into it.
Doesn't matter. There's so many bad singers.
You just have to commit.
If
you go up there and you're
right,
like,
but is that part of the protocol though? You just kind of like you let you don't go first, right? You let the shitty
whenever.
people go.
Go when you're drunk enough to have fun with it.
That's what it is.
That's honestly all it is.
That's kind of why tequila and karaoke is kind of like the match to be made,
right?
You
slam a $5 tequila shot, they up the price.
Fuck, really?
It's kind of like
inflation.
A safe space on like a college campus.
True,
like everyone just knows you're either gonna fucking bomb, or if you do good, then whatever, you'll get an applause.
What is a safe space?
I don't know. I hear so much talk about it. I've never seen one.
Because
maybe I'm not invited to them. I don't know.
Yeah, you're definitely not invited to the safe spaces, dude. There's literally a sign that says anybody but Ben. Is a safe space like? Can you like go up and do like stand-up comedy in a safe space? Is that the kind of goal? What are they for? I have no idea. I know there's these big posts on college campuses where you can like, if you're getting like attacked by somebody, you can press a button and the cops will come and like it says like 30 seconds to 30 minutes. So
is it like somewhere you can't be triggered or something? I don't even know.
Dude, I thought it was like when you're meeting like a counselor, like a therapist. It's like, this is a safe space.
Bro, bitches will find triggers everywhere, man.
Well, it's just anyone.
It's like an NRA convention, dude. There's triggers all over.
It's like, yeah, he was writing with his right hand.
Bro, did you see that shit? They're like, yo, there's not enough accessibility services for left-handed people. And it's like the world is dominated by right-handed people.
Somebody somebody really tried to argue that.
Somebody was doing a lecture on it at a college campus. Straight up.
You know, there might be something there. Like, my mom's left-handed, you know what I'm saying? You try to write, you're smearing all over the page. You know, what's Biden's policy on for left-handed people? Like, can we get a real president?
Bro, how are you even, I don't even understand how you're smearing all over the page. Just like learn how to write.
Or just like bring back the old days where the nuns would just slap the shit out of you and
dude,
you write with your right hand. Like
if you're left-handed, fucking write your sentences backwards.
I mean,
like just think it, like say the sentence is like the cat went to the store. Now I don't know why that happened, but it's what happened. So the cat went to the store. Just go store the.
Then it's like a mental exercise. That's probably the least efficient way of writing ever.
Cat the. Yeah, exactly. But then left-handed people would be so much smarter.
That probably is a good brain development exercise.
Dude, that's luminosity on fucking roids.
Dude, you should probably run for president now. I'm glad you have
I would
something
sprint for president.
something you have something to stand for now.
My platform would be really diverse. It'd be left-handed rights, right-handed whites,
What is that?
and everything in between. I don't know, it rhymed. Speaking of people getting triggered, though, Netflix is mad.
Well, certain employees at Netflix, right?
Certain employees don't. Why?
Well, okay,
Oh, you know, because like, inflation's super fucking high.
Dude,
they're tired of it. They're not getting the benefits they need.
Me and Josh were just doing the math. So Netflix hit their all-time subscribers number at like $213.5 million. And so what? A Netflix subscription's like $14-15 a month.
Something like that.
We did the math. Just on their subscriptions, they're making over like $3.5 billion a year.
That's not
It's a
bad.
good chunk of change.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But people at Netflix are mad because of Dave Chappelle's stand-up special where he apparently said some transphobic shit.
Yeah,
Like,
so
very apparently.
well,
you
that's
seen
what
it?
people are claiming.
Yeah.
He's making jokes about trans people, certainly. But
Yeah.
this recent clip I saw yesterday, literally there's this group of people who work at Netflix just rioting outside of, well, not rioting, but protesting outside Netflix headquarters. There's this one guy with a sign, just literally holding up a sign with a wooden stick saying, "Dave is funny." And someone just attacked the sign, ripped it down. So he's just holding the stick. He's like, "He's got a weapon! Arrest him! Arrest him!" And then after that, he's just like, "I think Dave is very funny. He is a good man." And like these people are like,
She's very gorgeous to me.
yeah, these people are just coming at him like he just like dropped a racial slur or something.
Bro, what's even wilder is like the head of Netflix, whatever his name is, like David Soros.
Sarandos or
Yeah,
something.
Sarandos. He went on record saying, like, I don't think that saying something in a special necessarily dictates what's going to happen in the real world.
Yeah, it's a fucking joke.
Yeah. And then, no, but then, like, whatever it is, 100 employees storm out and start protesting. Then he changes his mind. He's like, oh, I didn't realize what I said.
Oh, I
blah,
didn't-
blah,
I didn't
blah,
hear
blah,
that.
blah. Like, you guys are right. Like, he shouldn't have been making those jokes. We're still going to keep the special up, but, like,
Yeah, that's just a thing to like keep his employees happy. Like the value that Dave Chappelle brings to Netflix with his special is worth more than those employees who are protesting it.
Oh yeah, that's probably true. Can we just bring back good protests?
what do you mean?
Like, okay, first
like
of all,
Jake Paul robbing a Target?
the year of 2021, if this is our, like we need a signature protest for every year. Like 2020 had a banger. It came due to terribly unfortunate circumstances, obviously. But like, at least you're fighting for something. What are we fighting for here? Like how you
Trans
gonna
rights.
is that? But is that really what they're fighting for though?
I think so. I
Or
don't know.
is it just the best marketing ploy of all time?
And they're actually just racist against black people.
I was getting,
Oh, fuck.
no, they're trying to make Dave Chappelle more money and Netflix money and everybody
Ooh.
money.
That would be crazy if Dave Chappelle's like, hey, yo,
And it's unlimited amount of
Get out there.
content for his next special.
this is his last special for a while, he was saying.
But that could all be part of the plan too.
What's something that like just locally we can get a protest on? Like something that no one else is doing, an issue that's off the map. Like we could be the leaders of this new movement. Like should we
You're really putting us on the spot here.
This is
Better falafel?
should we eradicate like speed limits or something?
Maybe school zones.
Yeah.
Because speed limits make sense, but school zones? Let the kids play.
We didn't have school zones for literally centuries.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden we have to protect the children?
It was only like how many
Jesus
kids really
Christ.
died a year in a school? Like probably not a lot. Probably not a
enough that
lot.
it matters.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Do you know anyone who's killed walking by school? Probably not. I don't.
I mean it's a sound evidence to draw upon, but
Where was Gabby Petito walking?
Not in a school zone, dude.
That's exactly my point.
Are there schools in Yosemite? Like,
no, we should try to eliminate radar technology.
Bro, is this
Radar
just
cars.
like a universal thing where every time you go past a radar car, you just flip them off and yell, fuck you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
this is pretty unique to Winnipeg. I don't think radar is very popular anywhere else. But
Really?
Yeah, no, it's like pretty much a large.
I don't
not
know
a lot
about
of cities
that.
have it.
Where you been?
Where have you been when has radar? Does Toronto have radar?
Around the world?
Does Toronto have radar?
Nobody, I mean, I don't know. I
I
didn't
don't
drive
know.
there.
I haven't been there long. Yeah, it's a notice. Like they probably do.
I know I got pulled over on the highway from a radar gun
Regardless, okay, yeah, but
in Ontario.
that's in a cop car though.
Okay, fine.
How fast were you going?
I wasn't driving. They're going like 150 and a 90.
Yeah.
But back to Dave Chappelle, I think that brings like a bigger question is like, what should we be allowed to say should there be restrictions on comedy? Holy fuck, I said that like an idiot. Should there be restrictions on comedy? Should we be allowed to say whatever we want as a joke? Is like context important? Is the social context important?
I'm not going to say it should be totally, there's no restriction ever. It's just, I think it's just hard right now because like you can't look anywhere for like a set of rules of like what you can and can't say. It's kind of ambiguous. And it changes. I mean, I feel like previously it would change like decade by decade, but now it's changing like
hour by
biannually, like or so like every 6 months essentially, and that's making it tougher and tougher. But I mean, what's even the point of being a comic if you're not pushing boundaries per se?
Yeah,
like you got to be able to push boundaries. Otherwise, you got so many like just unfunny comedians, and it's just weird to see like comedians on Twitter like rallying against Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, dude, and they're also like, yeah, we need more trans comedians. We need more. I'm like, bro, you had Hannah Gadsby. She sucks. She got on stage and did a PowerPoint about Socrates, and that was her fucking stand-up special.
I mean, Socrates is a cool character, but if you can't make it funny, it's not
funny.
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, dude, you can say anything. It's just there's consequences to certain things.
Okay, yeah, that's
so
true.
are we arguing if people should face backlash?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Because like you can be canceled. Like me, if you look at fucking DaBaby, who else has been canceled for actual words?
Well, I mean,
I know there's this one.
You can even say like something like DaBaby's even been canceled though because it's over now. Like
if he wouldn't have apologized, he would have been out of here. Like he finally apologized.
I mean, what's canceled for DaBaby? I guess that would be like getting blacklisted from like streaming services.
Well, he got dropped by a ton of festivals,
right.
And it wasn't until he apologized that they let him back like into the industry pretty much.
Right. And I'm not saying this is DaBaby, but at the end of the day, there is a level you can reach where you're just too big to be canceled. Like Dave Chappelle could not. He's reached the point where you can't cancel him.
Yeah, if you have a big enough audience and you have corporations like Netflix that are like in support of free speech, or I mean even like Louis C.K. he like dropped a special on his website. So
and
if you just have
hilarious,
yeah, it's pretty funny. If you have that audience already, that built-in audience, it doesn't really matter where you release your shit. Like you may not make the most money, but
it's also hard. Like a guy like Chappelle is not even like probably the greatest comedian of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's hard to argue that he's not. The Chappelle Show is fucking hilarious. And the shit on the Chappelle Show, if anything, is more offensive than the trans jokes that he's making in this special. Mm-hmm. It's just a sign of the times where whenever the Chappelle was like 2004, like he's making his like Clayton Bigsby thing with like the white leader of the KKK or the black leader of the KKK.
Yeah.
That's got to be more offensive than him talking about his friend who is transgender and making a couple jokes about her.
For some reason, like stand-up comedy is held to a different standard than like sketch comedy or just scenes from movies. Like Robert Downey Jr. did blackface in Tropic Thunder and was totally fine.
Yeah,
no one said anything about it.
I feel like people just see it as like acting and like playing a character versus they think stand-up comedians on stage, that's their real, when they don't realize that everything they're saying is either a lie, extremely exaggerated, but bullshit. Most of all, it's performative.
Yeah, you're trying to make people laugh.
Dude, people were bitching about, remember when Bryan Cranston played that guy in a wheelchair for that movie like The Untouchables with Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
People were like, why didn't you get somebody in a real wheelchair? It's like, bro, it's called acting.
It'd be funny.
It's literally the point.
It'd be funny if Bryan Cranston just went full method acting. He's like, yo, Kevin, you got to fucking snap my spine. We got to do this real.
Like getting somebody to play like Daniel Day-Lewis's part in My Left Foot. Like, bro, there's nobody that just uses their left foot. It's an actor that's gone to theater school.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
That'd be interesting. Like if someone really went like full force on the method acting. Like if someone literally went trans just for a role. Like if they transitioned for a movie.
And I don't want to minimize their feelings, but is that what Elliot Page is doing? I don't know. Maybe there's a new part coming up. Maybe there's a new part. I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Maybe there's a new part coming out. She has to play like a soldier in Vietnam and like...
You can transition back.
Can you? I feel like when it's cut off, it's gone.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people don't get the surgery.
Really? I would commit. Dude, full send or no send. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I agree with you.
Transition surgery sponsored by Nelk.
Steve will do it just fucking hammered with a pair of scissors. Like, all right. Where do you want it?
He's like not giving out freaking like APs anymore.
A little off the top.
Oh, dude, I saw a fucked prank by Nelk the other day. It was like,
oh no.
like I don't get offended by much, but this was bad. So
You
they
should
were
have started with that. I'm offended.
no, so they were pulling up to like undocumented workers, like in LA or whatever.
Oh really?
And they're like, what were they saying? Like, oh man, you guys want some beers? Like, yeah. They're like, yeah, sure. He's like, how about with some ice? And they're like, wait, what? Like with ice? And then like fake ice vans pull up, like immigration services, and these fucking undocumented illegal aliens just start running away. Like they thought this was a good prank.
That's the
like
worst thing you could do.
Evil, man.
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
That's so fucked.
Dude, I've heard of the Nelk guys who just what was it, 905 shooter?
Yeah.
He's out of it now. But one of my buddies went to like a Nelk party that they hosted at a bar in Toronto, and this guy saw 905. He's like, yo, 905, what's good? 905 looked at me, he's like, shut the fuck up, you little bitch. and then proceeded to grab two girls by the ass. They both looked at him like, who the fuck are you? And then he just like disappeared into the crowd. He didn't see him for the rest of the night.
Dude, apparently that guy got kicked out of Nelk because he just wouldn't stop sending chicks dick pics.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, he sounds like a piece of shit.
Jesus.
But yeah, the Nelk boys for press. I mean, Nelk, hey, Kyle, Jesse, if you ever want to come on the show. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather have Salam. Is that his name?
Salim.
Salim. I'd rather have Salim on here. Dude, I hate those pranks where people just go behind like old guys in the grocery store and just go,
Papi muñeño.
dude, I hate that.
That guy's fucked.
I don't understand. Bro,
I
there's
wish
so many
someone would
prank
do it to me.
There's so many prank videos. I don't understand how somebody just doesn't get their ass fucking beat. There's this one trend going around where this guy will just like, he's like, yo, can you film a video for me real quick? Hands it to like a guy and his girlfriend, hands the phone. He's like, all right, guys, today we're going to be talking about how to pick up a girl in a relationship. Like, dude, you're like 112 pounds. You could get your ass kicked by anybody. How do you have the balls to do that?
Dude, I saw Sean O'Malley like doing some like pickup challenge. He's trying to pick up girls and like he didn't have any game.
At least he admits it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got rainbow hair and tattoos all over your face.
Yeah, if you don't know that guy is a UFC fighter, you're running away.
Yeah.
I think
like
if you know he's a UFC fighter, you're running away.
Maybe. Some of those prank videos are just so staged. Like that one.
Yeah.
That
Everything you see on TikTok is staged. Everything.
Hey, man. Whoa, we keep it authentic over here at the Vagabond Show, man.
You just scroll the script up a little bit.
Yeah.
The prompter, please.
Yeah.
There's that one of that little Mexican kid, and he goes up what looks like a woman at the grocery store. It's like, chumami nuñeño, or whatever the fuck he says. And she turns around. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, chupapi?
Oh. Can we move off of trans for a second and talk about Mark Zuckerberg?
Please. Get us out of this.
Bro, Mark Zuckerberg said they're changing the name of Facebook so that they haven't released what the name's going to be, but it's going to be an overarching company the same way that like Alphabet owns Google. Because when Google was starting to branch out into like electric cars and like phones and whatever the fuck, they're like, we can't just call it Google. People will think it's just a search engine.
Mm-hmm.
So Facebook is trying to do that. The reason being...
Just quickly, is Facebook like the social media platform staying Facebook, but
Yeah.
just like it's being owned?
Yeah,
by,
so Facebook will be like a subsidiary of like this new...
What is it called? Metaverse?
They don't... No. The No. That's not even what it's called. They haven't released what the name is going to be, but the reason being is that they want to be like the guys on the cusp of the Metaverse.
Oh,
so the Metaverse is fucked,
okay.
dude. Have you ever seen that movie Ready Player One?
Yeah.
I wish
Yeah,
I had.
it's good
That's
movie.
essentially
I
the
know
Metaverse.
it's good.
So the Metaverse is going to be like... So if you think of like video games like Fortnite or like The Sims or... I don't know, what's another game you created? Like RuneScape. All those games, you basically own your own character, right? But the thing is, with those games, the character stays only within that world. The Metaverse would be like an all-encompassing VR reality. VR.
Yeah.
And basically, it's a world on a computer where you can have your own character and it can travel between all these games, all these different worlds. You can talk to people, you can hang out with people online as a computer character. And the goal is to be like, first of all, it'll create a whole new economy because everything will be paid for with like Bitcoin or Ethereum or cryptocurrencies. And you can, like, you could do business deals theoretically through this multiverse. Like, you could, it's basically just going to be another society that's completely digital. And Mark Zuckerberg's like, yo, we're going to be on the forefront of making that. So buy Facebook stock right now. because it's gonna fucking blow
Yeah,
up.
if you take one thing away from this, it's probably to buy that stock.
But I think that's one of the coolest things ever. I would probably not want to join it because I feel like the depravity on some corners of the multiverse will just be insane. Like it's gonna
The
be
internet's already such an absolute shithouse.
Yeah, it's gonna
and
be
the
like red
worst
rooms.
place to spend your time. If you
Bro, it's gonna be like a MW2 lobby, but it feels real. It's gonna be fucking atrocious, dude.
yeah,
Well,
a
here's
bunch
the-
of
but the-
13-year-olds just yelling racial slurs.
I kind of like. I wonder how it like. It's Zuckerberg. Obviously, Facebook's facing all these things where it's like they don't do enough to protect like young teenage girls, and they don't like they're exploiting all their. So I know there's like such a big ask right now from like certain people that want like unregulated social
I want
media.
more teenage girls. Oh fuck! Sorry.
TikTok.
Okay.
That want
What?
fuck, I lost my point. That want an unregulated social, decentralized.
Yeah.
But also Zuckerberg's kind of already fighting that with Facebook to regulate it even more. So like, how does that tie into this new like VR world that you'd be
I feel
creating?
like-
Would it be unregulated? Would it be decentralized? I mean, or would
Dude,
it be?
I think it would just be chaos.
that's what I'm
honestly,
saying. Because
I
if
don't
it's
think
fully
anything could be
decentralized, it
regulated.
sounds like it can't work.
I disagree because
I don't.
I feel like
think it
social
sounds
medias
good on.
will still
I
be
think it
popping.
sounds good on paper, but I don't know.
No, that's literally the downfall of our society. Imagine every kid in the TikTok comments gets a real life avatar where they can go and like interact people with no consequences. They're gonna have a fucking field day, man.
I mean, there's still. Yeah, I
I
agree.
wonder
That's
if
my
like,
point.
what if
That's
your
my
like
point, but-
virtual character could actually get killed?
You
And
know,
like you have to buy a new one every time somebody murders you.
do you think it could prevent?
Sounds
Like,
like GTA.
Yeah, no, it is gonna be. It's gonna be open world GTA.
bro, it'll be like The Purge, but like it's in a virtual world, so you just like get your frustration. I think it'll prevent school shootings, maybe.
Yeah, because nobody will go to school. Oh, you
just,
like
like-
talk about school shootings.
Nicholas Cruz.
Yeah, I
He's-
know.
He's guilty.
But you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like you're planning a school
could've
shooting.
told by that by
not
his
me,
haircut.
Hypothetically, someone's planning a school shooting. They can go into the VR world, be like, "Oh, let me practice this first." Maybe the next day they don't feel like they need to do it anymore.
Dude, I mean, if it's
How are
if
you
it's
gonna get the
jump
same
shots-
high? Like,
Bro,
bro,
it's-
get that online.
It's gonna be.
It's
gonna
probably
be- you won't e-
exhilarating.
Bro, we won't even be able to tell real life from this VR world eventually. That's what I'm saying. It's
okay.
gonna
Well,
feel
if you look
so
at that
real.
movie Ready Player One, like, bro, people just live in these little pods. Basically, all they do in their apartment is have one hot plate and eat microwave burritos, and then they just go into the virtual reality world all day, all night, because you can do anything you want in it.
Do you
And
think it's
fucking
possible?
insane.
Do you think it's possible to live fully VR and be as fulfilled, or do you think that's like a pipe dream that people think, but it's not as fulfilling as like living a good life in real life and like
How
reality?
fulfilled
Yeah.
are you
Dude.
right now, dude?
Hardly
I'm pretty
anyone's-
fucking depressed, man.
You want to talk about?
No.
Hardly anyone's fulfilled right now. Like the
Yeah.
most accurate part of Ready Player One is that this whole shit was occurring in Cleveland. Like, like of course they need fucking VR, man. Their life's a fucking dump. LeBron left. That's all they had. The Browns are fucking average when they should be good. They just can't catch a win. Of course you need the VR world,
That's
man.
so funny.
That's a
I
good.
had no
What
idea it was in Cleveland, but then I look at it and I look at all those trailer homes and it makes so much sense.
What I mean though is like, for example, like take like, sure, like you could say like your life as a whole, you know,
Our life's a movie.
is less than fulfilled.
Literally.
But like in terms of like specific moments where like you have one of those moments where it's like, I don't
Bro,
know, like
imagine
say
losing
it's
your
like a trip.
virginity in VR.
That can't be as fulfilling.
No.
That's another good example of kind of what I was saying. But
Yeah.
there's literally kids that are so down bad
You think you could last longer?
on GTA. Yeah, probably.
Can't be any shorter.
Especially if the internet's bad. Like,
Bro, you know, at the end of that one song on Kids See Ghosts, Kanye's like, you need the record to be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, max. That's what I play after sex. 2 minutes, 3
Just
minutes.
for validation.
Max.
but like, you know, like you have like a good like say you're like traveling somewhere, you see like an amazing view, or it's like you have a great day traveling, and that specific moment is like obviously something that's really
Yeah,
fulfilling,
that's
feels
true.
good. Could you ever, like, I don't know if that can really be replicated in like some sort of online world, no matter how invested you get into it. Like, I don't know. I think there might be something innate within like just like a human's desires.
The thing is, it's so much easier. Like doing anything online or in a VR world, there's no anxiety, right? Like in the real life, if you want to talk to a girl, if you want to accomplish something, if you want to work hard, there's like stress and anxiety that comes with that.
But maybe
It's
that
just
could,
part of
but
life.
maybe it does. Maybe all those anxieties do carry over if he becomes that realistic.
What's the attraction then? Like,
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the attraction is.
I think the attraction would be like possibilities that
What if
are
everything becomes
tangible in real life.
monetized within it, and you can't? It's not just like a free for all. You can do whatever you want. Like you're playing GTA. Like you gotta actually
no. What would
make
be
real
interesting
money.
though is that somebody could make their like
Like,
say
I don't
for
think they're
instance, in that,
making
no,
it-
but say for instance in the metaverse you become a millionaire. Like you work really hard and it's like a sped up
Right.
time thing where you work really
Okay.
hard for like 10 years, which is actually like just 3 weeks in real life. Stay with me.
You've
work
lost me a little
you
bit.
work really hard in the game,
Okay, sure.
essentially, to be really rich. You could be a billionaire in the metaverse and poor as fucking real life. So why wouldn't you want to spend all your time in the metaverse where you can do everything
For
you've
sure.
ever wanted? Because, yo, at least in Ready Player One, they have like these full body suits that like give them like 4D sensation and touch and everything. They have these like walking treadmills that you can move around on and stuff. Like they have everything so it feels like you're really living the life.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. But I still think our viewpoint on it is kind of utopic, and maybe it's influenced by movies or whatever. But I think it just becomes just as hard. Like maybe you need a different set of skills, and only some people that are with the times will develop those skills to succeed in that sort of world. But I think it's kind of utopic to think that it's going to be any easier or any. And maybe it is like slightly easier, but I don't think it's going to be like you're playing GTA and you can get $1 million
that's
easy.
fair.
Like if there's money to be made, people are going to make it.
Yeah.
People are going to develop whatever inside that world to make it hard to
I guess
monetize
so.
everything they can, so that you have to pay for everything. You have to, and
Yeah.
just like meeting women online. Like if everyone's a part of it, then it's going to be and they have access to
Yeah, that's
all
fair.
the guys. It might just
I would
be
just give up
as
on
hard.
dating in that, and I would just start like a legion of cannibal warriors, and we would just go around just wrecking havoc on the multiverse.
See, it could be fun to actually just live like your own life in reality, but then have this just to be like the absolute like anti of yourself.
That's
and
what
just,
Ben's saying. It's like less school shootings. Like you can just do whatever you want in there and just get it all out of your system.
Yeah, like do the school shootings in real life where there's no consequences. Then in the game, just be like a nice
Be a
church
millionaire,
boy.
yeah.
Yeah, or
And you
a
can just go to
millionaire.
jail in the game.
well, I can't condone that.
Wait.
Remember, or have you seen those videos where like a girlfriend will be pissed at her boyfriend and she deletes like his 2K like career? Imagine if someone did that in the VR world, just deletes your entire life. Like fuck, they just wake up in like I don't know Cleveland again. They're like fuck, back to reality.
Dude, just waking up in Cleveland must be awful.
Oh,
We
shit,
wake up
here
in
we go again.
Winnipeg.
I'm trying to fucking process it. Okay.
Yeah,
It's not worse. I mean, it's worse.
it's probably worse.
It's
yeah.
it's colder.
Yeah, but it's not. It doesn't have the same Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Like Cleveland.
Cleveland does sound like a shithole.
It
though.
literally, dude. The Browns.
Dude, they got
It
Jake
sounds
Paul.
like shit.
What do we have?
It sounds like we got fucking what's his name? DJ Blitz, bro. The
Dude.
biggest fucking loser in Canada. Yo, DJ Blitz, you're a fucking worthless sack of shit, dude. You are pathetic.
Well,
That's it. That's all I had to say.
you're probably gonna run into him. So,
Dude, I ran into
be
him one day
prepared.
at a fucking Five Guys, and he tried to take my food, and I was like, nah, bro, that's my food. And he's like, oh, are you sure? And I was like, yeah. And then he gave me my food. So fuck that guy.
I don't know you,
And he
Blitz,
paid
but
for my meal.
Yeah.
you're cool with me.
Oh, fuck that pussy, man. He's a fucking loser.
You guys want to
makes-
set up a pay-per-view event or what?
That would be fun as fuck.
For charity?
No, for profit.
Yeah, definitely for profit. We would make bank off a DJ Blitz fight.
He's got a big yeah. I don't know what we have to offer right now, but
Just, dude, people would love to see somebody just beat the shit out of DJ Blitz.
You're not that guy, pal.
just
You're
just
not
at,
that guy.
Oh, because he is?
Dude, you ever see him shadowboxing, calling out Jake Paul?
Oh.
He's got the hand speed. He's got the hand speed.
That's so pathetic. Oh, my God.
No, it is.
Can we move on to something else?
Anything.
you guys watch any basketball opening day?
Yeah, the Raptors suck.
Dude, what the fuck? They got pumped by the Wizards, man.
They just couldn't hit anything.
They couldn't score
They
at
shot
all.
like 30%.
We literally did a
On the
whole
whole
season
game.
preview, didn't mention one word of the Wizards, and then they just pumped the Raptors.
I mean, like the Wizards shouldn't be pumping the Raptors.
Oh, no, they'll come down to earth.
I think what happened though is the Raptors hadn't played a game in like 11 days or something. They'd only been practicing.
Yeah, and they've never had like the whole team healthy for preseason.
Yeah. I mean, it's the first game.
But also,
it's
shit
not
just
good.
happens.
Dude, their third and fourth, like the end of the third and the fourth.
They did have a run.
They had a big run. It looked really good.
Yeah.
If they had played like that the whole game, dude, they just got like they don't have any bigs. They got bodied in the paint.
That's gonna be a problem. I don't know why they didn't address
Against
that.
Harrell too. Like Harrell's a good rebounder, but he's not a huge guy.
Harrell and Gafford, like
Yeah,
not-
that
they're not
Gafford
the-
guy. He blocked a lot of shots.
yeah, but he's not. He wasn't grabbing crazy boards or anything. Like it was just Kem Birch sucked.
I think
So funny.
I think Delano Banton is gonna be good. Like
Yeah,
the,
he
the
looked
minutes he
nice.
got. You see him when he came in the third quarter, he just drained that like half court.
Dude, he was also
floater.
bringing energy to the team.
Yeah.
Like he was bringing a lot.
Same
dude,
with Barnes.
Same with Barnes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those two guys are gonna be a really good, especially like second unit minutes.
Yeah, Barnes had some nice takes. They let him handle the ball a lot more than I thought they would.
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
Well, no, he made some big mistakes, but his turnovers,
Also, his
forced some
like
shots.
his pull-up mid-range shots were doo-doo.
Dude, the crowd gets so hype when Banton comes in because he's
Oh,
from
yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah,
it's fucking
it's
cool to
sick.
see. Like he got the biggest ovation out of anyone at the start of the game.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys watch that Nuggets Suns game at all?
No, who won?
Nuggets.
Oh yeah,
I was thinking the Nuggets would, dude. I had some good picks, and I had them in my parlays. I just fucked up on like the Wizards and Raptors. 'Cause I had the Raptors in all of them, but I picked the Kings, picked the Nuggets, picked the Warriors.
Warriors. It's a good call.
Dude,
LeBron and AD went off. They just had zero help.
they have
Oh my
no
God.
defense either.
Dude, Westbrook dropped the nicest triple single. 8, 5, and 4.
Dude, didn't he shoot like 6 for 24?
It's Westbrook. You get what you asked for.
I don't know. I think like as far as the East goes, Knicks looked really fucking good. I
Yeah.
mean, Tatum was cold as ice, but
That's
the
true.
Knicks, like their second unit looked really fucking good. Obi Toppin is going to be good this year.
Yeah, he's improved.
like
he's
16
improved.
points a game. Maybe.
D-Rose kept it up. But I mean, the teams who bring chemistry in from the last year, they usually do good the first couple of games anyway. At least the first month of the season. Like, not the Suns. I guess the Suns lost, but Josh is fucking eating food again because he can't
Josh
help
is
it.
opening a bubble wrapped fucking crinkle bag right now. Holy shit.
And his dick's out for no reason. just enjoying the food.
Toes
You gotta love
curled.
it.
That shit is bussin', eh?
Ew, man.
But
Yo, what'd you
Jalen Brown
get?
dropped like 46.
Dude,
right?
Jalen Brown looked disgusting.
Yeah.
We were having this argument in a group chat with Josh. Is Jalen Brown a top 5 shooting guard in the league? I
is
had
Tatum-
Harden. I had Harden as a point guard. I have Tatum as a small forward.
Mitchell,
Bradley Beal.
Beal,
Booker.
Booker. I'd take him
yeah.
over him.
Levine,
Levine, I'd take him
and then
over
Jalen
him.
though. I'd say Jalen over CJ
Okay, healthy Clay. I'll take healthy Clay over him.
Is PG
right now.
a shooting guard?
Yes.
He is.
I always
PG?
consider him. Maybe right now
I
he's
think
playing
he's
more
a small
small forward,
forward.
but he used to be more. Okay, whatever. Even considering PG, do I take Jalen Brown over him right now?
I haven't even seen PG play yet this year. They play tonight.
He's like borderline top 5.
He's borderline top 5.
I'll give you a hot take. He's top 5. He's ahead PG. Fuck it.
I never considered PG a shooting guard.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
He's more of a
But
three.
for sure, I'll take Levine, Beal, Booker,
Booker,
Mitchell,
Mitchell. Yeah,
over him.
yeah, fair enough.
Dude, LeBron's like shooting looked fucking insane in that first game.
Really.
Like his 3-point shot, like it just looks like more fluid even this year. Like it just looks so natural.
How do
Like-
you get better in your fucking 18th year, 19th year?
19th year.
I think like he just knows he can't do the things he did athletically before, so he's just focusing
Yeah.
on his shooting
Shooting.
now, his other skills.
If only Ben Simmons would do that.
Yeah. Apparently he wants out again.
He always
they
wanted
got
out. He
kicked
never
out of
wanted
practice. He just had to go because he's losing too much money, and they went
in.
trading
He had to
him.
go, and he was practicing like with his phone in his pocket,
Really?
just like sweatpants, and just going like on a defense drill. Doc Rivers was like, "Yeah, you want in on this drill, Simmons?" He's like, "Nah." He's like, "All right, get the fuck out of here."
How bad do you have to be for people? Like, just wrap your head around how bad you have to be for people to question whether you're shooting with the right hand. Like, that's probably the most disrespectful thing you could possibly say to an NBA player.
That happened to
And like, no
two
one's getting
Sixers
mad at
picks.
Max Kellerman, who's ever saying it. Like, usually it'd be like you defend the player, like they're a pro athlete. He's a 2-time fucking
Yeah.
all-star, and no one's disputing it. Like, that's
The Sixers cannot draft a shooter to save their life, man. First they take Fultz,
Fultz.
and then they take Simmons.
That was such a weird one too.
Simmons
Like,
first,
they
but
couldn't
yeah.
tell like what
Right,
does
yeah.
he have a neurological problem? Like, is it from a motorcycle accident? Is he using the wrong hand? Like, these are just the most bullshit.
When the fuck
fucking
are we gonna find out what
excuses.
actually happened with him?
With who? Fultz?
Yeah, he was a good shooter in college. He had a nice
Shoulder injury.
but then there was arguments where it's like it was 100% mental. Like
I heard this insane story.
he just had a
one time.
block, and it's like he needs to be studied by psychologists, and they had like a whole team of psychologists on him. Like
They
his
just bring in
brain.
Jordan Peterson to practice. It's like, come on, man, you can't fucking shoot, man. You were fucking nasty in college, man.
Something about feminism. Say it. I don't know.
The divide between feminism and chaos is evident in your jump shot.
People were in the Gulag Archipelago. You can't even fucking hit a jump shot, man. What the fuck is going on, man?
Oh, bro, I heard this insane story one time about there was this girl who was on like Team Canada basketball, and she was their best shooter. And one day she just got knocked over on a shot, and she fell, and she couldn't shoot. Like she could only extend her arm like this far, so she couldn't get the full follow through. So she would pull up, brick. They're like, what the fuck happened? They went to a physio. The physio's like, yeah, we'll work on your shoulder. Worked on the shoulder, nothing happened. Go to another physio, worked on the shoulder. Bro, she went to like 7 doctors and almost had surgery, but nobody could figure out what was wrong with her shoulder. So like their final thing, they're on a tournament, like a world championship FIBA tournament, right? And there's this French chiropractor that travels with the French team, and he's apparently just like some world-renowned chiropractor who like knows everything about everything. Bro, he looks at her and he's like, oh yeah, I know what the problem is. Dude, he realigned her uterus. And that sounds sexual. No, it sounds sexual, but
Johnny Sins was the doctor.
no, he realigned her uterus because her uterus,
Talk about being in her guts. Holy shit.
when she fell though, her uterus got knocked out of place, and it was
Bruh.
pinching her spinal cord. And the spinal cord had
sounds
pinched
brutal.
this exact, it was only like this exact nerve that went right to her shoulder. So he readjusts her uterus. She can move perfectly fine, plays in the game. She's fine, drops 30.
So Marco Fultz needs his uterus realigned.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Get in his guts, Eric.
I volunteer. I'll do it.
Don't let that guy around your girl. Holy fuck.
Who knows?
Bro, don't let any chiropractor around your girl.
No one ever did like a full body CT of her to like notice some. I'm sure it'd be obvious to notice it. Like,
I don't know. That's all I know.
should we get into Vagabond of the Week?
Wait. Oh yeah, sure.
No, what you got?
Oh, I was just gonna say, dude, chiropractors are fucking bullshit. They don't do anything. There's chiropractors that go on record and they're like, yeah, like a lot of the time this shit actually doesn't work. It's just like a temporary readjustment, and you'll go back to whatever the fuck was pinched.
Honestly,
and
I feel like
cracked and whatever.
they've made decades of careers for many people just off like the temporary satisfaction you get.
Yeah.
Literally, I'll get my shit broke.
I'll get my back broke.
Yo, shake my hand real quick. Chiropractors and Forex traders scamming people for years.
They'll crack your back. You'll feel like so relieved. Like, you feel like there's like a knot. It's gone now.
Yeah.
You'll feel good for like 3 days. And then it's just as bad as it was before.
I don't understand why wouldn't you just go to like a physiotherapist?
Well, you should.
Like but it's like
Or
so common for people to just go to a chiropractor.
Even a masseuse, dude.
but
they'll
people
do
say
better
they work. I don't know.
I really, dude, there's just the videos of like, there's this one video, this super old lady with a hunchback. Have you seen this one? And this guy looks at her and he's like, all right, we're just going to set your back. The loudest crack I've ever heard in my life. It sounds like her spine just snapped in half. And she just looks at the camera. She's like, ah! And dude, her soul leaves her body. She's like 106 years old, getting her back broke by some 20-year-old jacked dude.
Bro, some
That's
of
a
those
porn title. 106-year-old MILF kids.
160-year-old gilf. Gilf.
Dude, some of those chiropractors, bro, they bring like a fucking like rubber mallet, and I swear they just have like a stake that they're like pounding into like people's shoulder. It's so fucked.
Dude, they're like realigning your vertebrae. It's wild.
It sounds like such an ancient form of treatment that's so outdated, and there's got to
yeah.
be thousands of better practices to solve back pain.
Well, even we can get into this after, like flexibility. That's like the number one thing.
Yeah.
Well, if you just stretch,
yeah.
you'll feel so much better all over.
Even like, be it your hips, like your hips are so much tied to like back pain. People would you'd never think to associate it, but
and your hips don't lie.
They're tight for sure. There's no doubt.
Keep it tight.
Bro, what? It's such like bro culture, like growing up in sports, just to, like never stretch.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I know. I'm warm. I'm warm.
Well, I mean, as
Let's do a couple of these.
It's definitely made my life infinitely worse.
but
Yeah.
like I know, I agree.
Dude, this is my warm up. All right, boys, pass me the ball. Sorry.
Yeah, no,
to
I'd
show
just
the
be
people.
harassing my teammates the whole stretch, like not do anything. But it doesn't you don't feel any difference when you're younger.
Bro,
Yeah, no, not at all.
Like
Now I
that's
have
the
to
reason.
stretch, though.
Yeah, but
Now you
I'm sure
really gotta stretch.
I'd be a lot more flexible now if I fucking did it.
man,
I
But
can
hockey
stretch
just-
you out.
hey, yo.
I prefer that French doctor personally.
One time I was at baseball. I was doing
Get
this.
me right.
Oh.
I was doing this groin stretch where I was like on my knees, and like from an outsider perspective, I could see it looking a little suspect. But I'm just doing this groin stretch, and so one of my teammates turns to me. He's such a good burn. He's like, "What is that? Your fucking receiving position?" And like everyone just fucking laughs. They're like, "Yo, stop doing that right now." I'm like, fuck.
Guys, I just want full extension
Fellas,
of my hips.
is it gay to stretch?
I felt like it in the moment.
Yo, not if you're wearing socks.
Good point. That's a good point. Even downward dog.
No, it's gayer than downward dog. Those cat cows.
Yeah,
When you're
true.
arching your
Yeah,
back and then
yeah.
and like putting it down. Oh my god,
Feels good though.
looks good. Anyways,
We should do a video where we just go to the gym and do sus exercises, like maxing out on sus exercises.
hip thrust.
The hip extension machine.
Oh, those
Internal
those
rotation.
Are hard.
How
Bro,
fucking
I actually did those without shame for like 2 months,
what?
and they actually help so much.
Which ones?
Like
Abductors or adductors?
internal and external
Yeah,
rotation.
I hear those. I hear it's a good warm up for squats actually.
Dude, they
Yeah.
hurt though. Like the next day. Oh my god.
Ben didn't feel any pain. He's pretty used to it actually.
I'm comfortable with my masculinity.
Good for you.
Toxic.
Some
would say.
All right, this week's Vagabond of the Week. Should we get into
He's
that?
also very comfortable with his masculinity.
Yes,
Yeah.
certainly. This week's Vagabond of the Week is Mr. David Goggins himself.
The goat. Well, so
We'll clap it up for him. Josh, clap!
Josh is just jumping up and down, his dick slapping his leg.
We have to cut them. We have to edit that audio out for that.
Yeah.
David Goggins.
We'll get a video.
OnlyFans.
Just an under the table shot.
Josh doesn't even know there's a camera under there on his on his hog 24/7.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Josh. How's your food?
Okay.
David Goggins. So David Goggins, he's a ex-Navy SEAL. He's an ultra marathon runner and a motivational speaker who's all about like maximizing your full human potential and like facing head first, whatever sort of inner trauma, inner demons that you have, face them head on, overcoming them, and just like living your best possible life. And he's sort of a testament to that, but just based on the life he's lived of.
Yeah, but the way he does that is so fucked.
Yeah,
Like, so-
he's an
He goes
extremist.
overboard.
We'll
Yeah,
say
everything
he's
in
an
life.
extremist. Maybe that's the best way to put it.
Yeah. Dude, instead of just like going to talk therapy and talking about your problems and your childhood traumas, he's like, get out there and run 120 miles in 24 hours. And when your feet are broken and you feel like you can't run anymore, that's when you run 20 more miles.
Yeah, like
Literally, not even an exaggeration.
no, like, I think his perspective is like it's almost. And I'm not saying this is true. This is just kind of my takeaway from him is like rather than like talking to like I'm sure he probably sees it maybe a little pathetic, 'cause not to put words in his mouth, is like talking to a therapist or someone who doesn't really have any care for you. Rather like go face it head on and do something that humbles you to the max, pushes yourself further than you're capable, and like that alone will help you realize your worth and what you're possibly capable of in a physical sense that you can possibly translate just to like your own like mental health and like well-being.
Yeah.
It's like go out and do it in the physical. Josh is really distracting. dude.
Josh
Like,
is giving that fucking
you're
orange
kind of
Julius
turning me on.
Gluck 9000 right
This
now.
guy's slurping like turn it down.
Nobody could hear that, so you guys are just looking over there like grimacing. And, like,
Oh my god. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
Keep going. I was just gonna say, like, for those who aren't familiar with Goggins, let's kind of like give people an idea of what he has accomplished. Like,
Sure, like-
what gives him credibility to have all these crazy philosophies.
so he comes from like he grew up very disadvantaged. Like he was a black man in a super racist white neighborhood. Like he's had encounters with the KKK, like being in his city, in his neighborhood. He's been tremendously overweight, not knowing what to do with his life, have nowhere to turn. So he turned to like the U.S. The SEALs, the U.S. Navy SEAls, and overcame so many obstacles, and in terms of like weight loss and health issues, and just his own past and trauma to, become an accomplished Navy SEAL and do it successfully. And he's never really stopped. Once he finally broke out of his shell, he never really stopped. And that's his whole thing, is he's pushing further and further. And post Navy SEAL career, he just to get that same sort of like, even therapy for himself. He's ultra marathon runner. So he's doing, especially he was really active in like the mid 2000s, is like running insane ultra marathons, which are like, some of them are like 3-4 day marathons of like 100+ K a day. Or maybe it's like 80, but just insane physical accomplishments. And that's, and he's a decorated Navy SEAL. So how much more, credible can you be?
And it's not even the fact that he attempts these crazy feats, is that in the face of adversity, he just like gets stronger.
Yeah,
so like
insane.
during these ultra marathons, like his feet will be tearing up. Like he'll have like hypothermia, but like that's when he like kicks in the second gear.
Yeah.
Or in like Hell Week, I think he did it like 3 times, and he like had stress fractures throughout all the Hell Weeks.
Both shins, he had in his first Hell Week, he had stress fractures in both shins. And every morning for Hell Week, you have to run something like 20K or 40 miles maybe, whatever that is. So 80K. So, dude, this guy would put duct tape on his shins, a tube sock, more duct tape, another tube sock, lace up his fucking combat boots, and just get after it. And finally, they had to kick him out because like his knee was about to pop. His shins were absolutely fucked. And this is like, bro, like this is like the hardest. Like Hell Week is the hardest training on the planet, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's just a week of no sleep, physical
This
tests
is Navy
every
SEAL
single
training,
day.
by the way.
They'll make you just like lock arms in the fucking ocean and sing songs at 5 a.m. instead of going to bed.
And he was terrified of water. That's part of the
Yeah, he
story
couldn't
as well.
swim.
Negative buoyant, right?
Yeah.
Negatively buoyant, dude.
Excuse.
Yeah, my favorite Goggins philosophy is just his like dipping into the cookie jar.
Yeah,
thing.
dude, that's actually super. Like I've used that on like runs and shit. I'm like your first instinct on a run, if like you don't run much, just like, man, I'm fucking tired. Like I'll stop.
Yeah.
But if like you really think, I think there's one he has too where he's like,
Well, can we explain what it is first?
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Just dipping into the cookie jar where he's like, in his mind, he has this mental cookie jar of like all the shitty things people have said about us, whether it's like a racist comment in the hallway, somebody calling him fat when he was a kid, his dad abusing him, whatever, his instructors in Hell Week just telling him he's a piece of shit, he'll never be nothing. Every time he feels like he can't do something, he dips into the cookie jar, takes one of those things out, just pictures it in his mind, and just pushes even harder so he can break through that fucking mental barrier.
Yeah, that's definitely a tool you can use. Like people say, like, oh, just like work hard, but like there are tools and strategies you can use when like you feel like giving up. I think another thing he was talking about was, say he's like in the middle of a physical feat, like he just like reminds himself like what percent of exhaustion he's at. So he's like, yo, I'm at 10%. I'm at 10%. And if you're at like 95%, that means you're on death's door.
That's
like,
his whole thing.
So
like,
much more you have in the tank than what you think you realize.
Yeah, he says like most people, like you could be, a pro athlete or something, training for something, you're getting pushed to the extreme, and his whole thing is like, when you think you're at 100%, you're really only probably around 80%. Because if you were really at 100%, you'd be dead. That means your body would, completely stop functioning. And
dude, he's pushed himself close to that. Where
he's
had,
pushed
like,
his to like
lungs
in the
bleeding.
90s. Yeah.
He's had like double pneumonia from races and shit because he hasn't been drinking enough salt, whatever the hell.
And like it sounds really like pointless to push your body to these things, and we can debate whether that's even worth it. But I think his whole motivation is for him is like, it's almost, he needs to do it for himself. Like he's so scared. I think it almost comes from a place of like fear, but also he's comfortable being in that uncomfortable state where it's like the fear is like, first of all, not reaching human potential, not pushing your body to its absolute max and finding out where it can take you, like how far you can push. Because I mean, that in itself is therapy. It like is reassuring and it gives you purpose.
He'd say during Hell Week he wanted to be uncommon amongst uncommon men. Yeah. Which is savage as fuck.
I think another thing from the cookie jar idea is like, it's not just like all the shit you've been through in your life, but also your past accomplishments and like what you've succeeded in. So like, I don't know, at times you may forget like, oh, I've actually done some very important shit, some very difficult shit in the past. Like I can do this now also. It's not just tools, like, drawing. Yeah. It's not just drawing from the trauma.
You can draw for something that's actually like something to be proud of.
Exactly.
That's a good tool. What do you guys think like an average person can like take away from like listening to Goggins? Because like there's so much you can say, yeah, I listened to it and it was so motivating to become a better me, and then like as usual, like 3 days later, you know, you forget about it.
It's
and
your
you
New
move
Year's
on.
resolution. Like,
Yeah, it's like,
I'm
but
not
what do you think
gonna
people
drink.
should? Because like it's hard to see yourself in David Goggins. Like it's not really realistic to ask everybody to go run ultra marathons or to go climb Mount Everest or to go do whatever. Like what do you think is like you know, you can take away realistically from his story?
Honestly, I think like just that how we can change our lives is the potential is much higher than what you think it is. Say your life is shitty. Like in his case, he was super out of shape, like pretty broke, and he just started like small, right? He just started running. He got fucking super into it.
Even walking.
Yeah.
Like
Just-
you start small.
Just because who you are today doesn't mean it's who you're going to be in 10 years, right? But you got to work fucking hard to change if you want to.
I love one of his things is do one shitty thing every day, which to me is like the simplest way to get after it. Because if you think about like a New Year's resolution or something, you make such big goals for yourself all the time that are like, I'm going to, I don't know, lose 30 pounds this year. Bro, that's really fucking hard to do.
Yeah.
But if you think of things in the long term like that, you're more likely to just start slacking because you're always like, oh, I have tomorrow. I have the next day. If you set a goal for yourself every single day where it's like, I'm going to do one shitty thing every single day, bro, just make that shitty thing the gym and work yourself in the gym so fucking hard that you can't move when you get home. If that's your shitty thing, at least it's doing something good for you. Like when he says do one shitty thing every day, it's one thing that you don't want to do that'll make you better. It's not like, I don't know, go fucking binge drink
Yeah.
and sing karaoke on a Tuesday night.
But that's cool too.
I mean,
You know, in
dude,
moderation.
you can't limit your
Everything's
fun.
good in moderation.
Yeah, you gotta have fun, but you still gotta like, dude, do that. But at 10 a.m. the next day, you better wake up and go to class. You better wake up and go to the gym.
Yeah.
Like you gotta just find a nice balance of like, yo, get your shit done, and then you can have fun. But one shitty thing every day.
I think like my biggest takeaway from him is that at the end of the day, no matter what your situation is, generally like you're in control more than you think you are. And like you're saying, start small. But you're talking about someone who, you know, was in so much financial trouble, massively obese, no purpose in life, has so much trauma built up from his childhood that just haunts him every day. But, you know, someone who turned his life around one step at a time through the course of like 30 years. And it's that no matter all the shitty circumstances that you can't control, number one, it could always be worse. But number two is like you're in control. You like start somewhere and start slowly by slowly taking control of your life. And to do that, I think what I take away as his biggest motto is that you got to be honest with yourself. And you have to, like, you can't run away from, I think like his biggest strength is that he was so, and he still is to this day, so vocal, so open, so acknowledging of like all the parts of him that he wants to change or that he can't change, that he needs to face head on and just overcome and be honest about them.
His mirror of accountability. Bro, this guy just he has a mirror, as most people do in their bathroom, and just it's covered in sticky notes of just like things that maybe he doesn't like about himself that he wants to change, or things that he's done in the past, or whatever it is.
Well,
just
now he sounds like the Joker.
No. But
That
it's
one's
like,
a little too much for
That's
me,
a little
to be honest.
psychopath.
what do you mean?
Like,
Just use it to do your hair. Like,
No, but dude, he's like, he had it like when he was 300 pounds and he had to lose 100 pounds to get into the SEALs. He had like, you're fat.
I know. If I have guests over, like, I don't know. I want them to see.
Well, no,
You got a small hog in this thing. Like, you know.
Nobody loves you on the mirror. They're like, oh my God.
honestly,
that's funny.
one thing too is just
Maybe you just keep it up here. I don't know.
Yeah,
Write in a
fine,
journal.
Fine.
Get a diary.
Fine. Tattoo it.
he's almost like
Tattoo it.
You're fat. It's on your arm.
he's almost mastered like how to delay short-term pleasures in instead of like long-term goals.
Yeah, he lasts a while.
He probably
no way he
does,
doesn't.
honestly. he
No, we're not.
Okay. Are you sure?
7 minutes.
But you know what I mean? Like he's not the type of guy to give in to like having a drink like when he's having a shitty day or just like eating some shitty food. Like he's always like thinking bigger picture, I would say. And
Well,
he's
I
working
think
towards something grander.
I think just to humanize him a little bit, like he does. There's plenty of times where he does do that. I mean, more than not, like he's obviously in control, but I think he's very open about like he does have those days where he fucks up and he does something that, you know, and nowadays he probably just does it for fuel to make himself feel like a piece of shit so he can go run 30K in -40 in Buffalo. But You know, it's all about finding your own sources of inspiration, I guess, and you know, calling yourself a piece of shit, that might work for him. So,
dude, I literally do that every day.
Call yourself a piece of shit.
When I'm at the gym, I'm just staring at myself in the mirror. I'm like, you fucking suck, and it just makes me want to go harder.
Just fighting mad demons in the gym.
Oh, like day every day, fight those demons. Oh my god,
I love how that's become like a thing on TikTok where it's like fighting demons at the gym.
dude. That's just
You
a
gotta
thing
love
in
mental
life.
health, you know, coming
It's
to
literally
light.
just a thing in life. It's
Yeah,
not even a
I
thing on
agree.
TikTok.
I agree.
That's why so many people work out.
Man, like the gym's just fun for me. I don't know about you
Yeah,
guys.
I think you're working out wrong.
I enjoy going to the gym. Like it's obviously hard. I push myself, but like it's like the highlight of my day a lot of the time.
yeah,
It's
me
funny
too.
as like now, it's like you almost don't want to say like, yeah, I just work out to look good. It's like you have to be like, yeah, no, I'm working out for all the bitches that turned me down in middle school. It's like, nah, like, bro, like I just got a good serotonin rush and like I want to look good.
No, that's not okay.
What obviously working out one, but what is, if we got some listeners, what is one thing they can do to like improve their lives, like something, a difficult challenge they can take on just in general?
Every day, they're one shitty thing every day.
Yeah, it could be that.
Yeah, I think do something like something small like that. Like,
Dude, like read
Yeah.
10
reading,
pages
literally.
of a book.
yeah,
It takes 20 minutes if you know how to read.
Mhm.
If you don't know how to read, you got a little bit of work to do, but you'll figure it out. It's really not that hard. You've talked before. You know words.
I think doing something that makes you uncomfortable every day is also like one of the smartest things you can do. It could just be like, when you're in class, like participating, like answering a question, answering a couple questions. First of all, it's going to benefit. You're going to, retain more information, but just getting out of your comfort zone and doing shit like that is going to just mold well for your personality development. And just getting out of your comfort zone just is going to make you more comfortable as a human.
Masturbate in a Cinnabon.
Well,
Cinnabon.
Dude, it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, like
You're out of your
we-
element.
like we all already do it in
For a
booster
lot of
juice.
I'd say meditating is a good one too.
Yeah.
Just spend like
Another 10 minutes, honestly. 10 minutes in the
5,
morning,
10
10 minutes at night. It's literally just breathing with your eyes. You could download an app, but you can also just literally just breathe. It's like close your eyes and breathe and focus on your breathing and getting the deepest breaths, longest inhales, longest exhales you
Dude,
can.
I think there's a lot of pressure too on when you first start to meditate. You're like, oh shit, I have to like totally clear my mind.
Yeah, I have
And
to get to a
dude,
certain state and reach a certain level, and I should be resolving all my problems during my
I
meditation. Like, it's
completely
not going to
disagree.
start like that.
Dude, one of my coaches said the best thing where he's like, when you're meditating, just let thoughts come in, acknowledge them, and then just let them go. I was like, oh, that actually makes so much sense. So like something will come in, I'm like, okay, hello, I see you, and then just let it go. That's way more fulfilling than like trying to fully clear your mind. Because dude, what do you?
Yeah, fuck no.
Clearing your
Yeah.
mind is impossible.
no.
You're just gonna be thinking about a babbling brook. Like, dude, that's not gonna fucking help you. It
Honestly,
does
like
nothing.
sometimes when I meditate, like I'll do that. I'll let thoughts come to me, but then like at the end, it's just like I'm journaling in my mind.
Yeah.
Like I'll go over my life and be like, okay, what do I got to do for school? What do I got to do for work? What do I got to, my personal life, whatever. Like, what am I lacking on? What do I got to do?
It's like it really is a skill that takes time to develop. Like literally for me, like I don't do it often enough, and I so rarely that like I won't even get to a point where I'm getting thoughts. I'm literally just focusing on my breathing. Kind of bored, honestly. But
That's fine.
That's
the more
fine.
time the more you do it, the more it's stupid to say you're just breathing, but like you're gonna get to a place where you're comfortable in that meditation state where thoughts are gonna come in, and you could pull more benefits beyond just the physical benefits.
Just doing something that requires effort and discipline and sticking to it, like just
Working
the
out's-
fact of doing it itself is a positive.
Yeah,
you
like
have some sort of control over your life.
For
right?
sure. I think working out to like the place where people always want to take it when you hear like Goggins is shit, but there's so many smaller things that are more applicable to your daily life that you can just take on to, embrace that Goggins mentality.
Yeah, kick a homeless person. It's hard, but you'll do it.
Take $20 out of your grandmother's purse. She doesn't need it. She's gonna die in 5 years.
She's gonna blow it on VLTs? Jesus
Bingo!
Christ.
Like she doesn't. She
wait.
hasn't won since 2018.
Did I tell you guys about that homeless guy I saw like outside of the bar?
There's
last
lots
week?
of them.
Why? What do you do?
Well, this guy was pretty angry. So I'm just
Oh,
chilling
really?
in line, like outside of a club, and this like big fight breaks out. Right? I'm just spectating. I don't want no parts. But literally, this homeless guy just comes out of an alley and he's wielding a knife. He's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill somebody!" I'm like, I believe him. Like,
Run for your lives.
but he was so fired up. I don't know if he was on meth or what, but that's why I love my city. I know I'm gonna stay here forever.
You know what? He's just in a flow state. He's flowing.
He's just
Dude, he's meditating.
Bro.
Yeah.
He's just meditating, then he's heard a fight break out, and he's like, I'm gonna spread the love.
Dude, he's doing something that makes him uncomfortable.
Dude, the thought came
Something
in
every day.
He acknowledged it, took it a little too far, but hasn't let it go yet.
He's an action taker.
Dude, me and Ben are pulling
He's a
up to
doer.
our intramural, or not intramural, our men's league basketball
God,
game.
dude.
And fucking like Emily Rose from The Exorcism of Emily Rose, or some down bad possessed girl with no shoes, nothing, just walking right outside the game, just like just pulling her hair, like screaming. I was just walking like the cold
It
barefoot.
looked like she was possessed. It was pretty scary.
And that's probably why I didn't drop any points.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening. Go check out David Goggins. Check us out on Instagram at Vagabond Media. Check us out at the Vagabond Show on TikTok. Holy shit, my brain stopped working. Like, subscribe, comment. Do whatever the fuck you got to do. Hate on us, love on us, love me. Please,
Hey, yo.
Mom. All right, cheers. Thank you for listening.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, no competition, I'll be all these motherfuckers with my eyes closed. I got the vision of all my jeans, look like that I chose. Almost gave up on shit so many times that I come close. But I still with it, now I'm on my way to the top, no limit. Yeah, no competition, I'll be all these motherfuckers with my eyes closed.